Hello and welcome to your Mining Disrupt News Surge for Monday, October 21st, 2024. I am not a financial person. Please go elsewhere. Talk to a true professional when it comes to your financial planning. This is not the place for that. I am here for entertainment and education only. If you're interested in partnering with us as a sponsor, by all means, please reach out. And as I've mentioned the last couple of weeks now, Mining Disrupt is hiring. If you believe you've got the chops to catch our interest, then send your LinkedIn profile along with some examples of your work to conference@miningdisrupt.com, or you can find that right over on miningdisrupt.com and hit that contact button. Now, before we jump over to the numbers, I actually have no idea what I'm going to see here because I haven't checked the Bitcoin price in the past couple of days. Seriously, I have challenged myself not to do the near hourly checking, and so I honestly have no idea what the price is. The last time I checked, I believe, was 3 days ago, and it was just touching 68. So let's see what this is going to be. 68, 193. It is basically exactly where it was the last time I was aware of it. Okay, how interesting. The current on-chain fees are still quite low. We are back into the single digits. It is low, folks. It's been low. You know the story here. We're back closing in on 19,000 public nodes. We're going to jump right into the news, whiz-bang right through it, and then I'll share some thoughts on standout stories this week. Let's start the week off with Monday. Eric Yakes says, by the end of this bull run, Bitcoin will be ingrained in US culture. In a year, it will be a thing that most people you talk to have and think they get. In 3 years, the majority will actually get it, and once that happens, there is no price ceiling. Also, a longer tweet here from Cole Walmsley, which I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but this one is really worth checking out because he's talking about how everything is going to have to be repriced into Bitcoin terms. And as it stands, it ain't going to fit. So that means something's going to have to change. And if all of that value is dumped into Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin goes really, really high, really fast. Tuesday, Solo Satoshi here saying that he's closing in on 100,000 sats from just Zaps on Nostr. And as promised, that is going to be donated to an open source Bitcoin projects. All Zaps will be donated always. Thank you guys for being super awesome. Wednesday, the first of two stories out of Simply Bitcoin here, first in, saying Italy plans to increase capital gains tax on Bitcoin from 26%, already ludicrous, to 42%. Italy decides to stay poor. Still on Wednesday, just in, Polymarket predicts a new Bitcoin all-time high in 2024, which is, by the way, that's this year. That's right now. Thursday, Alexander Leishman of River says next week we'll be launching something big at River. Friday, the McRib is back, says Intern Bra. Bitcoin historically goes up over 2x after the McRib returns. Don't fade the McRib. Not financial advice. And Saturday, Jameson Lopp here retweeting Turdemeister says, hilarious to see one of the oldest butt-coiner arguments make it to the ECB, where the haters fall flat is explaining how this is any different from every publicly traded asset. And he's referring to, as I just mentioned, Turdemeister's post here, talking about the consequences of Bitcoin. And right down here, you see them crying, saying, if the price of Bitcoin rises for good, the existence of Bitcoin impoverishes both non-holders and latecomers. And now on to my thoughts. And we're going to zip right back to where I just ended on that Saturday news coming out of the ECB. It's really simple, ECB. If you don't want to be a non-holder, then get some Bitcoin and hold on to it. And if you don't want to be a latecomer, then get some now. You can change this right now. It's like you see a train and go, the people that aren't on the train, and there's room on the train right now. You can get on the train. You could get on there's plenty of room. You could get on the train anytime you want. You can buy 1,400 sats right now for $1. So basically anybody can go outside and scrounge some under a vending machine and you could buy some. But if you don't do that, it won't be good for you later on. Yeah, people like Max Kaiser have been screaming this from the rooftops Since Bitcoin was $1, you could get 100 million sats for $1. And now you can get 1,400 sats for $1. 100 million down to 1,400. And do you think that trend is going to change? Or do you think it's going to accelerate? What do you think? With AI and the increase in energy, nuclear power plants coming back online, Microsoft investing in one of the largest infrastructure energy projects ever conceived, you think that Bitcoin is going to go down in price? And monetary debasement keeps on happening the world over to an accelerated rate that the world has never seen before? Do you think that the price of Bitcoin is going to go down? It doesn't seem possible. And I say doesn't seem because everything that I've looked at says to me that Bitcoin can only go up. Again, long term. I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm not talking about in the short term. I'm not talking about 6 months time spans. I'm talking about year time spans. Multiple years. Look at Bitcoin in 4-year cycles. If you do that and compare it to basically anything else, it wins. And if you want a piece of that, you can get it anytime you want. What's so hard to understand about this? It's really simple. You would think that the European Central Bank, who is comprised of, at least to some degree, some number of economists, you'd think that they have the brain power to figure this out, but they are so ingrained in their system that they just can't see it, and they'd rather have fun staying poor. And, life is about choices. So here's what I'm going to leave you with. The one piece of advice that I suggest week after week, which is learn about money. Some way you are trading your time and your energy for money, and it is really important that you understand how that works. And almost equally important, understand how Bitcoin plays into that entire equation. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. You can take the ECB route and cry, or you can do some research and maybe not cry. See you next week.